Hello, adventurers. My name is Maximus, and I'll be your dungeon master for the evening. We've had some very engaging conversations before the stream, and they've been very fulfilling and enlightening. I've learned
on x.com.
I've learned so much.
That's for sure.
I'd like to welcome you all to the 19th episode of Campaign 2 of Caches and Cantrips, where some of your favorite streamers play Dungeons and Dragons live on Friday nights. I'm joined by all of our amazing cast of Bunny Dreadful, Mac and Cheese Please, Nina Nikolic, Virtual Spectre, and Moobs Like Jagger from the GGN crew. Yay, we're all back. We're all together.
Yeah. We did it. The band's back together.
Whatever
Are
happens.
we 92 right now? No.
That's what I didn't ask. How was TwitchCon?
It was good.
It was interesting.
Vegas is expensive.
I want to say, but overall, TwitchCon was really good. Minus the fact that it's in Vegas and everything costs double the price of everything.
They've already confirmed not next year, baby. So
I was just thinking how we're done with con season, but we're not. If anybody's coming to BlizzCon next week, find me and say hi.
Oh yeah, once we're done with con season, as of right now, I have no more trips planned until March for PAX East. So
you heard it here every Friday from here on out.
Yeah.
Now you're fine. It could be an impromptu trip that I don't know about. So,
All I can say about, even though I didn't go to TwitchCon, and I'm sure it was a pain for you all, as a Formula One enthusiast, I'm very excited for the race. That's causing all the problems in Vegas right now.
About it.
Max, you'll be at BlizzCon too. So yeah, if anyone wants to say hi to me.
Wait, there's BlizzCon 2?
No, that's true, baby.
God, I hope not. I can't handle it. That's too much.
That's the one where it's like the same as BlizzCon, except for like there's no story mode in it. Like
it's new. It's BlizzCon Plus.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know what day I'll be there, to be honest. At least one of them. So if you're going and you want to say hi, just let me know. I'll be wandering around there. But anyway, aside from that, we're on the way to 4,000 plays on our podcast. So if you are an avid listener, or if you'd like to be an avid listener, that would be fantastic. And you can find that on every podcast service. So Apple, I was going to say Google, but I think Google is just next to their podcast. So now it's like YouTube podcasts, Spotify, whatever. For the ones that work, we're on there. And if we're not, let me know, because I'll work on getting it on there. So that's awesome. You can also take a look at our Patreon if you want super secret early access to those things. You can certainly get it. And with that, a couple things coming down the pipeline. I'll just say what we're going to do in a couple weeks. And then I have info to give for you all at a later time. But November 17th, same time, different place. And I'm looking at Moob's face and I'm questioning whether I have the date right, but I'm pretty sure I do.
November 17th.
Okay, because I was like, did I say that right or wrong? It's been a long week, y'all. But November 17th.
For me.
Yes. 18th for our friends in time zones far away. We're going to be streaming at the same time over on Obsidian's channel for their Extra Life charity stream. We'll be doing a little mini one shot over there. More details to be coming soon. What's that?
Is Moobs hosting that?
Define hosting.
Like, is he the DM?
Max is the DM.
Max is the DM.
Yeah.
It's
going to be at Obsidian HQ hanging out, and that's where we're going to be doing the stream.
Love that.
You'll both be there at the HQ?
Yeah.
Whoa.
And they're bringing me to the mothership.
Whoa.
Okay, I think
Max,
all viewers should donate $1,000 right now so that we all could fly to the mothership and all be alive in person.
Yes.
They have cold brew coffee on tap, so
even
if
more
you all can
reason.
make that happen,
And it's
that'd
really
be great.
good. It's like coffee times 10.
Or
It really is.
Or every single person just share our stream with 10 of their friends
Love
or their
that even
family
more.
That'd
members.
be amazing.
And
Yeah.
then we can get ginormous and then we could have a budget. It's for
Yeah.
that.
Does that
Let
mean
every person in the
outta
gym right
here.
now share this with your gym partners.
The person running next to you, just like elbow them gently and just
Be
like
like-
slide your phone in front of their face.
just sending that
Yeah, and just like
their request?
Yeah, exactly.
Be kind of aggressive
that
about it. No.
I get
I'm
to
just
bring
kidding.
back Dorora the Explorer. She's my one-shot little rogue gnome queen, and she's the best. And I'm sure that you guys, she falls
is it
over
a
herself all the
one-shot?
time. It's hilarious.
One
Yeah.
shot.
But it's so
There you
playing
go.
one
And
shot
then there's-
characters. Can we let the viewers, could we let our special Patreon Plus family vote on our one shot characters?
Absolutely. If
Vote
we have
for
the time.
Dorora, please.
Because I have two options. So
Yeah, I was gonna
We'll
say
get to that.
I have 2 one-shot characters that I use all the time, and I'm like, please don't make
Well,
me make another
just-
character.
well,
I mean
just-
those ones.
Okay,
I mean
but
the ones we have.
Hear
I'll
me
get 2
out.
options. Give me one of those.
We'll wait and see what I tell you all, and then you all
Okay,
can
okay,
decide
okay.
what you want to
Okay.
do. But if you want to know
Okay.
Obsidian right there in the Twitch chat, click it, follow it. We're going to be over there in a few weeks.
Ooh, unless we're playing Oops All Warlocks, because
I do have a warlock, so I would be okay with that.
I also have one.
Anyway,
I've
I
got
also
20.
have one right
Of
now.
course you do.
like,
I
For real.
expect nothing less.
everyone has a warlock, and if you don't, you should, because I think they're one of the best
And
classes.
if you don't, it only takes one pact with an otherworldly being. We can make it happen.
Anyway, with that is the only major announcement, which is a major announcement. As always, Monday nights, Tome of Knowledge, where we open the tome and you get knowledge, either on live or in podcast format later. Art streams with Bun are returning Tuesday, 7 p.m. And then, of course, we have our Thursdays, which on podcast and YouTube only is our Out of Combat
And
episode.
Tuesday is Halloween.
Oh,
So we'll be drawing something
spooky.
spooky.
Are you dressing up?
Ooh.
I don't know if I have the energy for that, so no promises. But we'll draw something spooky.
My
We'll
go-to
see.
is just costumes that you don't have to do it. You just like put it over your body, and then you're like, I'm a blah 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 now.
Yeah, it's like, I'm a potato. Like,
Yeah, I'm a mustard
I'm
bottle.
a art
Like
streamer. Whoa.
whoa. Oh man.
I'm a
Anyway,
gamer girl. Oh.
yeah, perfect. And then if you want any more information, or if you just want to come and hang out with us, or if you have ideas what you want us to talk about during our Out of Combats or our Tomes of Knowledge, just go join our Discord, discord.gg/casters and cantrips, and go check that out. Does anybody have any fine words of wisdom for our audience before I get into my finely curated introduction before the
I'm
episode?
not sure Max has slept this week, so y'all just be patient with him today.
I realize I'm still wearing my glasses too.
Neither has moves.
I think the words of wisdom this week is very topical at the moment. Is please take your dates to Cheesecake Factory because it's delicious.
Yeah, we
What? I saw your. I do not understand.
Cheesecake Factory's great.
This is a meme.
Yes, there's a meme
yes.
on Instagram right now of like a bunch of dates that women have refused to go on, and if their date takes them there, and Cheesecake Factory is like number 1 on that list or something like that.
Mhm.
I have
Which is
something
entirely
important.
incorrect.
I want to understand why Nina just referred to a hot dog bun as a baguette.
Well, okay. So Technical TV is my friend Douglas, and he's a PNG streamer, and he's a baguette. That's why when
Okay,
he
I
said
thought-
that he's
I
dressing
just-
up as a hot dog for Halloween, I was like, does that mean
Okay.
you just stay as the baguette and you just add a sausage?
For a
Because
second, I thought
technically-
you were saying that in Australia they only serve hot dogs on baguettes, and I was about to get my flight booked.
No,
so,
no.
okay,
So,
no,
Me
just check it.
too. Second.
I was
Final
like, we're
final
going.
thought on this before we start. We're trying that, Bun. We're gonna get hot dogs with baguettes.
We're doing that like tonight.
That sounds great. Like screw soggy buns, get baguettes. Anyway, let's go ahead and get prepared for tonight's episode of Catches and Cantrips. Our story last left off with the crew of the Unfortunate making it into Dusk Harbor, the busy port district of Escos. After disembarking, the party made their way to the Silver's Embrace Tavern to square away their room and board during their stay in the city. When they arrived, they overheard a high-ranking member of the Elysian Watch giving an oration to the patrons of the tavern, citing the benefits of the watch and imploring that anyone willing to join was welcome. Azric then noticed an initiate that was with the Watcher, giving a very familiar, peculiar look towards him, almost like he recognized him. This large dragonborn was named Zillajon and was an orphan, like Azric, that was raised in the same monastery in Escos. Zillajon was led to believe by the group that Azric and his crew were benevolent mercenaries of the high seas, opposing those that would prey upon society. Zillajon told the group about some shipments of medicine that were intercepted and pillaged by pirates. The Watcher, Nixara, joined the conversation a short time later after being invited. She had confirmed that the pirates have become more bold and brazen in their attacks. Zillajon offered to her that maybe the crew of the Unfortunate could be hired to protect the next shipment of medicine leaving port. As this conversation continued, the party also learned from the Watcher that the Elysian Watch and the Divine Order of Conservancy don't really see eye to eye and have a tenuous relationship at best. It is rumored that the Divine Order have a secret foothold somewhere in Escos. When Cooter asked about research in the Zenith Archives, Zillajon mentioned that he had a contact there that he'd be happy to introduce them to. In the meantime, Azric asked about Sister Jacinda, the one primarily responsible for Azric's care when he was young, and Zillajon agreed to try and track her down the following day. And when that next day came, the group took a guided tour of the Lotus Luminarium and observed several precious pre-catastrophe artifacts. The group then rendezvoused with Zillajon that afternoon as planned, and he learned that Sister Jacinda had renounced the Order. She had a crisis of faith and held herself personally responsible for not being able to cure young Azric. He also learned that Sister Jacinda had apparently opened her own apothecary and herbalism shop somewhere in the city, but the exact location was unknown. The group then made their way to the Zenith Archive, where they were introduced to Initiate Tessa, who was still very much in training to become an archivist. And unfortunately, she was not able to sponsor the group to get into the restricted section. But someone of a higher station could certainly sponsor them. They also learned that sponsorships for outsiders can be given if those outsiders provide assistance to the Elysian Watch and its order. Shortly after, Cooter was intercepted by a gnome called Sylvanor the Scholar. This person was directly opposed to Cooter's research and was sort of a nemesis to her. He had also publicly denounced her as a fraud. After a tense conversation full of threats and insults, Sylvanor told Cooter that he would make it his mission in life to ensure that none of her research would ever reach the light of day. The group then began the initial questionings and investigations to find the whereabouts of Sister Jacinda throughout the city. And that is where we'll begin our adventure this evening. Now, it is currently Quintus the... Let me get my calendar out because this is important to you all since the full moon, well, is tomorrow. It is now Quintus the 17th. It is the morning. We've all gotten rest at the tavern. The Silver's Embrace. You essentially have a day and a half or more before the celebrations and rituals of the full moon from the followers of the Lotus King, in which you know that they will, of course, bring forth these silver-tongued blossoms, which will only bloom under the full moon.
And you said we're just coming off a rest in the tavern? Is that what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe the end of last time is you were looking around asking questions, and that was pretty much it for the day.
Well, morning all.
Oh,
How are we doing?
a
Morning.
dreadful sleep. Nightmares of Sylvana attacking me in my sleep again.
Of who attacking you?
Oh, you missed him. This dreadful man. He's been
Is he a beast?
harassing me
Should
all
we
my
kill it?
life.
No, he's just a massive prick.
Oh, a despicable, short little man. Full
Well,
of iron. Hell,
I fear that he's going to come between us and our method of getting into the archives.
well, we could deal with that. If you want, I could summon like a bunch of cockroaches in his bed or something. There's lots of things I could do if you want me to.
That would be really nice, actually. Although we have more
Hey.
important things to
Oh,
worry
okay.
about
Yeah,
right now.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. You're right.
Biggest question
Where
is
do we
how should we
start?
proceed?
Yes, Captain.
Are we talking about how are we going to ruin Sylvanor's career, or are we talking about the...
Oh no, just
No,
where
the
do we go?
blossoms.
We can table that one for after the full moon.
I
I
do have ideas how we can totally destroy Sylvanor's career in front
Yeah,
of
we
his
should do that.
peers. But
Anyone that's
Yes.
mean to Cooter obviously deserves
Oh,
it.
I appreciate all of your
Mhm.
support. It's quite lovely, actually. Thank you.
for example, he'll be like giving a dissertation in front of his peers, and Taj and I will be invisible, and we yank off his robes.
Oh, that's really funny. Oh, can we do that? Oh, I could be like a crab and I could like crawl around and make him like itching and he's like trying to move and get it and then
Yes.
yeah.
But as regards to the sorry, think really hard. The blossom. Someone
Yes.
called it something else, and that's all I can think of now. My foster mother is somewhere right in this city. She's a herbalist, so she may be a lead.
What is
for us.
foster mother?
So when I was a child, I grew up as an orphan. I didn't have any parents.
Yeah, you told us that.
She took care of me as if I was her own son.
Oh, okay.
Not my blood mother, but raised me like a mother.
That's how we do it where I'm from. Anybody, everyone raises the younglings.
And if that doesn't work, I can just always, not that I, like, this has to be absolute last resort. Absolutely, like, there's no other option. I can go back to the church.
But you just
What?
look like someone else who's already in the church.
I mean, I just need robes, really.
Yeah. Oh, I could steal you robes. That's really easy.
Yeah, absolutely last resort. I'd rather not go back there.
Okay, well, in that case, what are our leads for finding your mother, foster mum, mummy? What do you call her anyway?
I don't know. I don't even know what to say if I saw her, but It's been rumored that she's probably living out in the outskirts of town or in the residential area, continuing her work as a herbalist, but no longer with the church. That's the only lead I have. My schoolmate. That's the best you could get for me.
Well, I suppose that's. Do we have a vague direction?
Well, we might be able to ask around if anyone knows her.
Surely.
I think the best bet is to go to the residential area, and then that's when we can ask around.
Knock on some doors. I like it.
Well, not literally, but yeah, like if we go to a tavern, wherever an herbalist shop may pop up, the market area, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Alchemist, maybe. So,
Wonderful.
we heading that way immediately. Does anyone else have any pressing matters they need to attend to?
No, my drama can wait.
So to the moonlit quarters. I'll lead the way, of course. None of you know where that is.
I will follow your lead.
I do recommend when you two both have time that you do check out the museum. It was quite a wonderful experience, actually. We learned a lot.
And it holds one of the items we need, which is under heavy security. Near impossible to obtain, unfortunately.
I think that you forget who you are dealing with. And I like change shape, just like there. Then I change back to like prove a point.
It's impressive every time.
Gosh, careful. We're still, some people are not too fond of magic, even though it's not
This
magic.
is not magic. This is part of who I am.
Correct. All right, onwards there. Follow me.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. So your goal is to head towards the moonlit quarters, start knocking on some doors, seeing if you can find Sister Jacinda and where she might be. Is that the plan?
Yes.
Righty. So, from where you are, in Dusk Harbor, which is where the tavern is that you're staying, going up through the city over to the moonlit quarters. Very different than Dusk Harbor, which holds the drift, the floating guard, like the floating marketplace. This is very much more localized, in that the only things that are really here are going to be like related to the populace, like normal shops. People get their day-to-day things that they need to live, kind of thing. Not really a hub of trade. But this is where most of the general populace live. If you are sort of upper crust or upper echelon, that's going to be the Lotus Heights area. So going through here, you see people going about their day, the hustle and bustle of an early morning. What is your strategy, or do you have one?
Just like go to the local shops and ask if there's an herbalist shop nearby, or at the local tavern, and ask people around there. Probably the barkeep. Or
Maybe if
the
there's
establishment owner.
any sort of like infirmary or something in the area that might have use for herbal medicines, they might know.
So whoever would like, tell me what you're looking for, and you can roll an investigation for me. whether it's the local infirmary or you're trying to talk to shopkeepers or what have you. Just give me, whoever wants to be in charge of what, give me some investigates.
I will look for someone who's coughing and drinking a tonic of some sort.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey man, I noticed you were sick.
I got a 5.
A 5. So you come across someone who is sort of coughing, wheezing sort of a bit, has the hood up over their head, and they're sort of drinking something. They're kind of sit down, look a little pale, a little sweaty, but they're just kind of hacking away a bit and then drinking this tonic in their hand.
Excuse me, may I ask you a question?
What do you need? This guy is still fucking piss drunk in the morning.
Oh. What are you drinking? Is that any medication?
And he just holds it up. Whiskey.
Oh, right. Well, by any chance, do you know where the local herbalist is?
He kind of like leans back like he's thinking, but leans back a little too far and almost falls over. And he points upwards instead of a direction. If you're looking for medicine, you gotta go. You gotta go to the monastery people. They got medicine there.
Emmy tugs on Azric's sleeve.
Yes, Emmy.
Is this guy okay?
Oh, he's just drunk.
I have.
I'm not
something
drunk.
that could
You're
help.
drunk.
Well, yes,
I could find I can find a. Well, sorry, I got nervous. I don't know. I have a spell I could use, but I don't know how to make it work for this. But I thought maybe you could figure out a way to make it work.
I would say that the gentleman is in the exact state that he wishes to be in.
No, not for him. I wasn't going to waste a spell slot on him. He seems really gross and dirty.
I'm right here, you little witch.
He's right there.
She's a witch. She said she was gonna cast spells
I
on
know.
me.
No, I said it wasn't going to. I said it wasn't going to.
People kind of perk up at like the commotion, and at this point, it looks like 5 people huddled around a drunk guy.
I think I messed up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You should be sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
is a
sir.
chill,
I
huh?
didn't.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
He like bites it. And just puts it into his pocket.
Drink
We need
one
to talk
for us,
to-
mate.
More drunk vagabonds more often to make Max do that.
Right, well, that was a waste of time.
Well, I have a spell. Okay, so I have a spell. I use it to find things. I can use it to find plants. I was going to use it to try and find us one of the blossoms, but it also works on creatures.
Well, all of the blossoms are already in one location. Where
Wait, I meant
back where
if
we were.
your mom is a human, a creature.
Yes.
If your mom, if you could describe her to me, or if you know the type of plants that she would like definitely have, that would actually be even better, because the more familiar I am with it, the better it works. But if you could tell me a plant that you think she might have as her herbalist job, I could we could locate it, but it has to be within 5 miles, so we'd have to get closer, maybe.
Would Kuda know the types of plants that his mom might have as an herbalist, knowing stuff about the nature things?
You could definitely make some rolls for it.
Yeah. I also have an herbalism kit, so I think I'm also proficient in it.
I
Yeah, I definitely
So can
am.
I give her advantage?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Hey,
Teamwork.
And then
Using
we'll go
character
out
stuff.
into the bush and try to find this woman.
So make a nature roll with advantage.
With advantage, it is 21.
That's a high roll.
I do have +7, so.
That hasn't stopped you before.
Oh boy! My heart, my
Max is
loins.
spicy tonight.
But it's true.
Yeah, so you can come up with some ideas of some different herbs, plants that could be like basic remedies that would sort of substitute instead of using like healing magic, that sort of stuff. You're looking at like traditional like medicine versus like magic can fix everything. So tons of different herbs and plants that could fit the bill.
I do have a
Honestly-
big list of herbs and plants you might want to look for
Okay.
if there's a high concentration of them somewhere, maybe.
Yeah, which one do we think is local to this region? And we'll just we could try that one. It's not a very high level spell slot, so I could do it a couple times if we need to. I could also, another option is I could speak to a plant, like, and ask it that I actually
Ask
I don't.
if any old lady
it's
has
been-
harvested her friends. Or...
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking, but then I was like, that might not. I don't know if that would work. I don't.
It'll probably just end up screaming.
It might be
If-
sad. Yeah, I don't know if that's a good. Plants aren't. Well, I usually only talk to seaweed, but it doesn't really like talking.
The
We
problem
should
is-
try locate plant first, I think.
The problem is I don't know how familiar Kuda is with the plants of this specific region.
If you're like 200 years old and you rolled a 21, you're familiar.
Yeah.
I was like, if Cooter is anything like my grandma, you know all the plants. It's fine.
And you're literally an alchemist.
Yes.
So-
it is. An alkabotanist.
Ooh, fancy.
So
Absolutely.
I haven't been back here for so long. I really don't know what she looks like now, or what kind of herbs she would have. Probably anything that's medicinal or have healing properties.
Well, we can make a pretty good guess, Emmy and I together, I think.
Mhm.
We'll just have to get out and do some scouting outside of town to see where might be a good little hidey hole for a.
I mean, 5
place
miles
like
is pretty
this.
far. I mean, we could just try it
But
now.
also, as someone
hoping
who
it's a good
has
idea.
been a hermit out in the wilds, I might also have a little bit of knowledge as to where might be good to settle up a little hut in the wilderness. So,
True. Oh, and if we find the plant and it's not the plant, and we find the plant and it's in the wild and it's not her plant, I could ask that plant if its fellow plants have been harvested.
I'm
And hope it
open
doesn't
to
scream.
all ideas.
or if it's seen or felt anything, I suppose. Yes.
Yeah.
Well then, let's go find a mum.
Oh, just for, let's take. I know, maybe people won't question it, but you are going to cast a spell, so maybe not make it so noticeable.
Oh, well, it's a druid spell. I'm allowed to cast druid spells.
I understand.
I mean,
Well,
you have to be cautious of what your.
oh, like if they don't know it's a druid spell, you mean?
Well, we won't do it right here
We
in the
did.
middle of all this hustle and bustle. Let's get out of town first, my friends.
we don't need any more accusations of witches thrown around.
Yeah, we
It
better
does have-
mosey on.
It does have it does have a verbal. Yeah, I should probably go somewhere where I could,
Let's just go around the corner here. Just
yeah,
find-
let's do that. I like look around all the people that are still kind of like looking at us from when we were like accosting the like homeless guy. Or Taj could make like a distraction while we go around the corner and cast it. Just
No,
Question
it's
for-
not necessary.
The
Okay, well, I
simplest
just-
means is probably the best at the moment.
I have a
Just-
question for the
okay.
DM real quick.
Yes.
How big are these hexagons on our map here?
So the hexagons on the map are going to equate about 1 day of travel. And it's a little skewed to make things easier for everyone involved. So essentially, let's go to the map, everybody. Wow.
Do we know what the distance is of that 1 day of travel?
So overland, it is 24 miles. So
Okay.
the distance that you can go in a day in D&D is traditionally 24 miles, barring any other issues or
Okay.
things. What I've done for the oceans is instead of doing a shit ton of math and making it weird, if you're in a boat, the hex will represent how far you can go in the boat, which is vastly different. So I'm trying to make it easier for me. But yeah, from one corner all the way to another hex, like center to center, is a day's travel. So
That's what I was just thinking was how far realistically, that's why I was saying maybe we should leave town first because it's not actually as far as we think.
depends on what you're doing, right? If you're like, if you want to go to the other side of the island, you know, that's probably a day and a half. If you're going like just outside of town, like an hour or two, get out of the city. Depends on what your goal and your destination is.
Well, we know she's not in the city, so we might as well get far enough out of the city that the range of your spell is A, going to not get us arrested, and B, we get the maximum land coverage, you see.
Yeah, and then if we go to one plant, then I can talk, and it's not her. I could still talk to it, so it's still the right direction, probably.
Yes.
I will say that the information that you have gotten about her whereabouts is vague at best. And it was a couple of different information of maybe the outskirts. Maybe it could be, and this is, I think, why you originally went to this area as well. For Escos, is like maybe it's in the Moonlit Quarters. Maybe it's like more on the outskirts. Like it wasn't like a pinpoint. What Xylojarn got was like rumors of where she might be and what she's doing now. Because in his circles and what he knows, if she's not part of the church anymore, that's going to really limit his ability, and it's just going to rely on like doing footwork to figure stuff out, which is what you all are doing now.
We should start in the city first and then move. If we don't pick up anything, then we can move farther to the outskirts.
Alrighty then.
What sort of plant would you want to look for? I have several options I could give you because I found my spreadsheet of plants, or you could just say I don't like plants.
Yes, I would like to learn about the plants.
Gotcha.
That's
Okay.
That I already know everything about, of course.
You can cast it
you're just
5
recalling
times,
it
by the way.
in mind.
So
There's a pretty famous weed, Athilus, that grows in wetlands that can be useful to sort of help with tinctures to reduce certain effects of like being frightened, things of those sort. In river areas, which this really is, since there are 3 rivers that converge into Escos. There's a whitish moss known as Atanar, which will grow on sort of stones by rivers because it's sort of wet, damp, and cold in those areas. Helps with fevers. There are things such as like a Priscilla, which is on the seashore and salt water, sort of a pink flower.
okay. Actually, so this could be, Cooter would probably think of this, but we should search for either the swamp or the sea one, because those are ones that she might have like on her. But they're not native to the specific area where you would want to build your abode, right? Does that make sense? Like if we're trying to find her, we're tracking her store of herbs, right?
Yeah.
So if one of those pinged, then we would know. Like if we're not
Either
in
that's
those
where you
areas,
harvest it or it is where it's being kept.
I'm saying it. I don't think we're in the area where you would harvest those. So if we pinged it, we would know someone had harvested it, right?
Yeah.
Or is that? Am I overthinking it?
No,
No, it sounds right.
I'll just keep listing plants until you find one that you like.
Let's do the shore. Let's do the shore one, I think,
Okay.
and see if we get a ping that's not near the shore. Like we're inland a little
You're
bit,
the
right?
druid, my friend.
Yeah, let's use a spell slot. Let's try it.
Alrighty. And you'll
I will take
using-
out some little what looks like fur, and I'm just gonna like hold it in my hand and like blow it into the wind, and then it looks like I'm listening.
which spell are you casting? Is it locate object?
Locate animal or plants.
Ah.
Wait, it's a ritual. I'm doing it as a ritual. I forgot about ritual spells.
Yeah, so you all, what does it look like? You're sitting there for 10 minutes or figuring this out.
I do that. I take the little handful of what looks like dog fur or something, and I blow it into the wind, and then I say something very loudly, an incantation in Druidic that no one understands, and then I sit down, and it looks like I'm just listening. And if anybody tries to say anything in the 10 minutes, I'm like, shh, like I'm very carefully listening. So it's really boring for the rest of y'all.
Gotcha. So you listen, you call out the name of the plant, and you're waiting, and you see sort of the fur sort of swirling about you, and it sort of coalesces and then starts to be carried by a sudden sort of gust of wind in a direction that looks like it is deeper into the moonlit quarters. So you are, let's say you're in the center going outward, it is further outward.
So right now we are in the middle of the quarters, you said?
Yeah, it's basically you're going up the main thoroughfare, you turn into the moonlit quarters, and you talk to the first drunk guy you saw.
Okay, right.
And this is leading you further into this particular area.
Anything, Emmy?
Yes. Oh, yes. Okay. Yes. Follow me. Okay. And Emmy's just gonna start kind of like walking in the direction.
Yeah, so you learn that in that direction, and which is to the northeast, and it's probably a good 1.5 miles from where you are. So maybe close to the edge of this district. You're not quite sure. It's quite a sprawling city, but
On our way walking that direction, if I spot any sort of like grocer, like somebody who's selling produce or anything like that, I'd like to chat with them.
yeah. Make investigation for me. It'll be a little easier than trying to find someone who looks sick and is taking medicine, though.
Okay. Investigation. That is 22.
Damn.
I rolled a 19.
Yeah. So you're sort of wandering, and Emmy's leading the way. Do you see someone that's just like selling their wares? Maybe they have like their own little garden plot, and they have a little more than they need, and they're just trying to sell it at a low cost to other people. Elderly human gentleman, sort of a bald head, probably in their late 60s, wearing pretty plain clothing.
I'll approach them if that's all right with everyone. Morning, sir.
Good morning. Do you require some of my goods?
Maybe. Everything looks rather fresh. Straight from the garden this morning, I'd assume.
I grew it myself.
Yeah. I'm rather new to this part of town. and I've seen every sort of shop, except for an herbalist. I figured someone who's familiar with plant life and produce. Have you met any herbalists around these parts?
Well, most people that need those sort of services that rendered, they usually go to, well, the Twilight Sanctum and go towards the Order of the Lotus Robes, and they have everything you need there as far as tinctures and supplies and cure your ailments and the such.
Ah, suppose that makes sense. I just wondered, it's a rather vast area, this place, and
it's free too.
Well, hard to beat something free then.
That's what I always say. If it's free, it's for me.
That's a mighty fine saying. See, a friend of mine, his mother was an herbalist with the religious order here, but she retired some time ago, and he desperately wishes to meet with her again. So I was just wondering if maybe someone had set up shop around these parts that is selling herbs, or...
Do you know this person's name?
Was it
Jacinda.
Yeah, I believe he said her name was Jacinda.
Jacinda.
She's a woman probably around your age, I'd imagine.
I think they're my age. Well, not a day over 45 then.
I just said your age. I didn't...
I'm kidding. Oh,
I wouldn't be so rude, sir.
I don't know a Jacinda. Let me think. I do know old Jackie.
Jackie, you said?
Yeah, old Jackie down the ways there, probably at the towards the end of the road before you get out to the outskirts.
Really? An herbalist, you say?
Dabble. What's that?
She, have you met her before?
I mean, I've just passed by here and there. I've just said no pleasantries walking by. I've seen that she's sold some things before. Nothing that you would eat or anything like that. I didn't really pay much attention because, I mean, didn't need any of it.
Fair enough, but that's it's actually mighty helpful.
Well, I'm glad I could be of service.
I wouldn't think about leaving you without purchasing about let's say five of your largest apples, if you wouldn't mind.
He sort of...
Does he have apples? I don't know if he has apples.
He sort of looks, he's like, well, no apples, but I do have some fresh tomatoes.
No, that'll do just fine.
Alrighty then. Sounds perfect.
And I'll drop him a copper or silver, how much it costs.
Yeah. He sort of just looks and sort of counts through. He's like, well, I think that the five tomatoes, we'll say 2 copper.
2 copper. I believe your information was a bit more valuable. So let's say 2 copper for the tomatoes, and here is 5 silver for the information.
Sir, that's entirely too much. 5 silver pieces.
You've been extraordinarily helpful and friendly, and if it makes your day, I'm happy.
Well, that's 2.5 days' wages just for some tomatoes. Who am I to say what you do with your coin? I'm very much appreciative, sir, and I hope that you find who you're looking for.
I will reach out my hand to shake his. The name's Hayden. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you, Aiden. Oh,
You have a fine day.
I've forgotten to introduce myself. I'm just a little excited. It was probably the most exciting morning I've had in a long time. My
Wow.
name is Norris.
Norris.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, I have some things to attend to, Norris. But if I find myself along this road again, I'll be sure to stop by for more produce.
Of course. I'm more than happy to.
All right. You have a good day now.
You all as well. Safe travels.
All right. I'll return to the group.
And you turn on your heels and begin to walk, and he sort of like waits a little bit, and he thinks you're out of earshot, and he like turns and runs into his hut and goes, Vonda! Vonda! And just like starts yelling, you'll never believe what just happened.
Okay. I return to the group. Well, I just ran into a rather helpful gentleman. He wasn't familiar with anyone by your mother's name. However, he is familiar with somebody that's been going by the name Jackie, who apparently sells plants as a side deal, perhaps from her home. And he pointed me down the road this direction.
Oh.
Well, Jackie seems like a nickname for Jacinda.
And it
Possible.
does it line up with where Emmy was? Okay, and it lines up directly where we need to go. So.
Oh, well, that is something, and we should hurry.
All right, lead the way.
Emmy, if you will.
Oh, I'm muted. Okay. Yeah, I will lead the way. So I'm just going to keep heading in that direction. Kind of like, I mean, it looks like she's kind of like sniffing, but also listening at the same time. Just kind of in Emmy at her most distracted vibe.
Sniffing and listening at the same time. Is that what you said?
Yeah, like she's not like very clearly listening and smelling something that they can't sense, and every now and then kind of stopping for a minute and looking around and then continuing on.
I think of a word for that. Sniffing.
Sniffing. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. So
sniffing, seeking.
yeah, and it's sort of wind is sort of with the furs guiding your way, almost like if you've ever played like Ghost of Tsushima. Almost that sort of thing where the wind can sort of just guide you. This is what's happening with this sort of fur that's sort of floating along on this sort of gentle breeze. And you eventually keep going in the direction that it leads you. You're going deeper into this district. And once you sort of get within range, you see that the fur starts to veer off and it leads towards a hut that's there amongst sort of other huts in sort of a row of housing. There are sort of dried like fauna hanging outside on like an overhang. Pretty modest looking abode.
Dried plants hanging, or
approach the hut.
You approach the hut.
Hello.
No answer.
I'm looking for a Jackie.
No answer.
This
The people kind of walking about outside, but nothing coming from the house.
Is there a window I could peek in?
You could sort of look in the sort of like not really like a glass window, more like just an opening.
I'll take a peep.
Yeah, make a perception check.
while he's doing that, can I walk the perimeter at the place to see if maybe they're outside somewhere?
Sure. Yeah.
Perception 17.
Yeah, so you sort of peer inside Everything seems in order. It's dark. You don't hear anyone making any noise. Doesn't look like there was any like kerfuffle that could have happened. Hayden, as you're sort of walking around, you can see sort of a large like allotment plot with various sort of plants growing. It's kind of in the area, but nobody appears to be home.
Is there like a back door?
Yeah.
I can see. Closed, open?
It's closed.
Okay. I'll return around. No one appears to be outside.
Perhaps she's out gathering or treating someone. I'm just gonna try the door and see if it's open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you sort of like jiggle the handle, and like most of these, like whether it's open or not, like it's a very simple like lock. These aren't like people who are gonna have guards and like extravagant homes. It's like, okay, I'm gonna do this simple lock, and then you could easily crawl through the window. It's just to keep people honest more than anything. Yeah, door, you jiggle it, it's closed. When you see people kind of walking by, and then people are starting to kind of raise their eyebrows at you because it's like, hey, we know everyone who lives here, and you're not the people that live here, kind of thing.
Oh, excuse me. Do you know where the herbalist is?
Well, who's asking?
Oh, a very old friend.
Very old friend. Well, what's your friend's name then?
My name's. Oh, me? Is that what you're asking?
No, you nitwit. Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for Jackie.
Okay, well, you should have said that.
Apologies.
Apology accepted. And she seems just like this sort of old, like crone of a woman who you kind of get the vibe that she's got nothing better to do but get in people's business, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And she goes, well, what day is it? Today is it Twins Day? She's out gathering if you need supplies. You might come back tomorrow or go find her. I don't know.
Where does she usually go?
Yeah, do you know where her local spots are where she harvests?
Well, I can say that she walks out the gate that way and just kind of points northeast.
Do you know what she was gathering today? Did she say maybe she was out of something?
I'm going to take a wild guess and say plants.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay.
Does she help a lot of people here?
Sometimes. I mean, I don't know why you'd open this sort of place when the order takes care of everything. That is free, you know.
Oh, well. You said down the road that way, towards the gate?
Northeast.
Well, very good then. Thank you.
Now, I personally think it might just be a tidbit blasphemous to sort of open your own sort of healing place here in the middle of where the Lotus King's domain is, but I mean, who am I to say what you do with your time? I just think it's kind of a waste of time. You know, go somewhere else if you don't want to, you know, be part of the solution.
Okay, bye now.
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh, well.
Thank you.
Sure reminds me of the old ladies back home. Okay, so I could try to locate Creature and locate Jackie. I don't know if it will work.
Don't you need like familiarity or a position, or how does it work?
Well,
We don't exactly know what she looks like these days.
it's not clear to me what it says.
Are you So you said locate creature, and you don't have that spell because it's 4th level. So you are
Animal. Locate animals or plants, and it says describe or name it. Oh, so I could say like human. Okay, it would just like paint all the humans.
It says describe or name a specific kind of beast. Humans are not beasts. For the most part.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's a different discussion.
Okay.
Alas.
I say we just go out and try to find her. If she's going to take a whole day to return, it's better than sitting around doing nothing.
I mean, true.
Surely tracking someone in nature should be your specialty, right? I don't know exactly how druids work.
There is one other thing I could do. I could. Okay, DM, I think you technically get to choose the creature, but if I conjured animals, could I conjure some flying animals so that we could like kind of split up and fly around and see if we can find her?
Let's look at conjure animals. I'm gonna have to read it. Because I'm not familiar with that specific spell.
Not like a dog that can pick up a scent.
So it lasts an hour.
Do that. It's true.
So,
wait, I turn into a dog and then we break into our house and I get her scent and then I track her scent?
Look at what a specific. So if you're looking for things you could.
I'm gonna use all my spells, but that means the rest of y'all gotta deal with it if we get in combat. Sorry.
Yeah. So if you're looking for something to shape change into, you're gonna know that better than I am because they all have specific things
I'm
that are
looking
related.
right now.
Yeah. So
I'm
you're more than
looking right
welcome
now
to do
to
that.
see.
Or like
That's a really good idea. That's a really good idea, Hayden. I know that humans use dogs for that. Let me look that up.
I'm looking at some generics to see if I can be of
I think
some
there's
help.
just like dogs in D&D.
I'm trying to find things. What I'm assuming is you're looking for things that have, like training and perceptions via smell, that kind of stuff, or like survival, or.
This one has keen hearing and smell.
Perfect.
So that should work. Mastiff stats. So I will. Someone needs to break into our house and get me a scent.
An alternative that I found is a giant badger, if you would like. But you can be a mastiff. I don't know what you're.
I don't think I mean seeing a giant badger, to be honest. So I'm gonna do a mastiff.
Okay.
Perhaps maybe around the door or in the garden.
Like a piece of clothing would be like really helpful.
I mean, you could just turn into a dog and we'll push you through the window.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that works. Okay. And Emmy immediately turns into a big mastiff.
Mm-hmm.
Right there on the row.
Yep. Yep. Sorry.
All right, you're a mastiff. Now what?
Before we did this, was there when I walked around the house, was there maybe clothes hanging like anywhere?
Yeah, you could easily, like, it's gonna be in the house, like locked up, because based on the information you have now, it's like, today is my gathering day. I'm gonna lock up shop and then go out. Like it's someone who's just left home. Really.
Gotcha.
As if it was clean laundry hanging, you suspect dirty laundry would actually work better.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Just okay.
I lick Hayden's hand, like, put me in the window.
Okay. I look at the window and I just mage hand a garment or a what's the thing called that you wear? Apron.
Yeah, easy enough. You can look in the window and see clothing. So
I will subtly mage hand.
Okay. Very good. Very good, sir. All right, so you mage hand an apron, and you're there. So if you're at the hut, my answer, or I guess what I'm asking is, where are you now in relation to when you were talking to the old woman?
Definitely away from her if she's sticking her nose in everyone's
Oh
business.
yeah, she's just watching to see what y'all are doing. She's a nosy neighbor for sure.
So she saw me turn into a dog too.
Depends on where you did that. So you initially said you were walking away, so I don't know where you walked to.
Just like behind the hut, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
just like right around the corner.
So you went around, took the block, and then you circled back around, and then you subtly cast, and you're shapeshifted, and you're behind the house. Okay, got it. You have your apron. You're doing your smellies.
Yeah, I'm sniffing. I take a big old whiff, and then I start sniffing around to see if I catch that scent anywhere else.
Alrighty. So you've changed, or you've turned into a mastiff, right? Tell me the things that mastiffs get.
Keen smell.
All right, what does that
Keen
mean?
hearing and smell. I get advantage on wisdom checks that rely on hearing or smell.
Okay. Yep. So you can make a. What I'll do is I think survival makes more sense for tracking, but I think in this case it would also make sense to make the check with advantage as well, because that's the whole reason you turned into one. So go ahead and
I
make
think
your.
it would be to pick up the smell, and then I'm following it, so it's
Yep.
not tracking.
Yeah. So go
technically.
perception.
Okay. So normally I use my perception when I'm an animal, but this has an actual bonus skill of +3 perception. Do I use that, or that's just if it was a random animal, right? I still use my perception.
You tell me what shapeshifting does, because I I
Pretty
don't
sure
know
I
the
still use
feature.
in 5e I use my mental capabilities, so it should be 23.
Yeah. So let's see.
I think they're changing that. I don't know.
Well, I don't care what it's gonna be. I just care about what it is right now.
I'm just bitter. I just have to bring it up because I'm bitter.
Yeah, you retain your wisdom. You retain all your skill and saving throw proficiencies, in addition to those gained of the creature. So yes. So what's your total?
23.
23. Perfect. Immediately pick up the sniff. I almost said the sniff. The scent. You pick up the sniffs, and it leads to the northeast outside of the gate. Where
Okay,
nosy
so Emmy
neighbor.
kind of points her nose that way, and then immediately starts like to book it, like you know how dogs are. And I want to run right through where the neighbor was standing. So like, you know, when your dogs have the zoomies and they basically barrel through you, I'm gonna do that to that old lady neighbor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you kind of come back around the house, and it's the same group minus a short lady and now a big dog. And you're you're acting like our dogs do.
Yeah.
And she's like, control your animals. I'll call the guards. And sort of leads your way out
This is what I look like right now.
like sandwich. Perfect.
Yeah, like the bestest girl.
Yeah, so you lead them and lead out to the city. And then from there on out, what I'll say is, since you have the scent, I'll give you an advantage on any survival to sort of keep up the trail once you leave the city.
Okay.
All right. So what's the plan? Are you out bushwhacking?
Yep.
Alrighty. As you leave the city and sort of follow trail out, I would like a survival.
You said I can do advantage for it.
You can. You got the
14.
scent. A 14. So from there, you've gone northeast and you sort of turn a little sharp to the north as you're following through. And you're sort of kind of stomping through the woods out here, which with Escos and their sort of giant 3 rivers, it's more of a wetlands type jungle situation. So as you go out into the wilderness, I think this is a good time to go ahead and take a little pause, and we'll take a break before we continue on the search. So go grab some snacks and stretch your appendages, and we will be right back here momentarily. So BRB, everybody. And welcome back, everyone. Hopefully you had a splendid little break and got some snacks and stretched your appendages. And where we left off, our friends were going to be traipsing through the jungle, if I do remember correctly.
Did you say prancing through the jungle?
You can prance if you want. I said traipsing,
Prancing.
but you can
I like
prance if you
prancing.
want to.
I thought I heard prancing, like dee dee dee, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how like it's a
Yeah.
fun time.
Let's stick with it. I like prancing.
Yeah, we're gonna retcon that, and now you're prancing in the jungle.
Love that. I feel like Taj would prance though, like just like
Alright.
skipping to her own loo.
Yeah. So you all are in the jungle, having a grand old time, looking for Azric's essentially foster mother. I believe you had made a survival roll, and as you're picking up the scent, you're making your way through the jungle, and it's very wet, very much wetlands. And while there are like 3 major rivers that kind of go through and coalesce into Escotes, there are many smaller rivers and tributaries that feed into these 3 giant ones. So very wet, very humid, not quite swamp, but more jungle than swamp, I would say. What I say goes. No, I'm kidding. Somebody want to roll me the D8?
Yep. Up. A 7.
A 7. Okay. So as you are making your way through, and you've kind of gone probably a good hour or two, it's not the easiest bit of travel that you've made, with it being the environment that it is. You're at least familiar, knew what you were getting into, Azric. Shortly into your journey, the sky just opens up, and with it being jungle fun times, it is raining very heavily now.
Oh boy.
Storms overhead. The ground is quickly going to start getting icky. With that, a lot of the sort of humidity in the area. It's just like very foggy where you are. Rain's coming down hard.
Good thing I got a waterproof coat with a hood.
Yeah, it's not a fun time. So it's getting a little colder, just because of the rain. Not anything to worry about. Just giving you the overall sense of it. But this is a very heavy rain. There's lightning. There's thunder, and specifically, the wind isn't too bad at this point. It's not like raining sideways or anything. But with the rain that's so heavy, everything in the area is lightly obscured. So there is going to be a disadvantage on any perception checks that rely on sight, but also rely on hearing. If there are any open flames, they will be extinguished. So it is raining big time.
Do I lose?
Not currently.
Cooter's hopping in the puddles.
Ooh, the Mastiff is hopping in the puddles with Cooter. Emmy actually seems like she really likes the rain, like the water. to like every now and then do the dog shake and get the rainwater like on whoever's next to her.
All right.
I have nothing to help my friends.
whip up an umbrella. Come on, artificer.
Yeah. Can I do that? Can I roll to see if I can try to fashion some kind of brolly out of the foliage?
You say Broly? I like that.
Brolly, yeah.
Say, what did you say, Broly?
Brolly. A brolly. An umbrella.
An umbrella.
Broly.
Oh,
Brolly.
Oh,
I've never
I
heard
was
that before.
hearing,
That's
like,
fun.
Dragon
like
Ball
a
Z
rally.
Broly.
a brolly.
Not
Love
the guy
it.
from Dragon Ball.
Not Broly.
If you could whip him up, that'd be interesting.
I will say, well, you're an alchemist, but you do have right tool for the job. You've got, I mean, sure. What? That's fine. Like, you've got stuff in your pack that you could fashion together for a little umbrella. It's not going to
But
cover
how good
everybody.
is it?
You tell me. Why don't you just roll just
That's what I'm
straight
saying.
intelligence?
Let's go.
You so smart, girl.
That's a 9.
9, okay. And then I'll add your proficiency. So you will do 12. As you'll probably using your artificer tools. And so with a 12, you're in basically torrential rain. You sort of figure, well, a normal umbrella isn't going to work. So you sort of fashion like a piece of like canvas, but instead of like an umbrella where like one person holds it, like 2 people have to hold it for it to like not get blown away by the storm. So you probably have enough for 2 people to not get soaked if you want.
Here you go. And I give one end to Azric, and then I give the other end to Hayden, and then like kind of try to usher Taj into like the middle under the canvas. So they're kind of like either side holding up the brolly, and then she's in the middle.
I like move closer to Azric and like put my arm around his waist
Oh,
to keep warm.
I was feeling a little chilly. Thank you, Taj.
Do we know where we're going? Or do we not know?
I think they said this way, right?
We're following the dog version of Emmy, yes.
And I like look at Emmy like, so where do you have the scent?
And I keep leading on.
How long does your wild shape last?
An hour? Double check.
2 hours.
2 hours. Okay.
Yep. So, hour 2 comes, and the rain's not letting up, and you are essentially just doing your sniffies, and you can see like a major sort of tributary in front of you, and you're sort of sniffing up in the air, and it's going to be a little more difficult if you're relying on sight, which you're currently not. So you know that it's going to continue just a little further, like to the northeast or east from where you are, as this river is sort of winding up. But it's been a good few hours. It's been sort of hard, trudging through this like thick mud at this point from 2 hours of torrential rain. And then now you have like I don't want to say like could be a river, yeah, but it's not like one of the 3 rivers that just leads into it. It's a good like probably 20-25 feet across, depending on where you'd want to cross here. Fog's not doing you any favors from all the rain either. But
We
looks
do
like-
need to cross, is what you're saying?
Yep, you'll have to eventually. Up to you if you want to continue on, if you want to take a load off, get your bearings, talk about anything, whatever you'd like to do.
Emil kind of start into the water and like, you're gonna keep going?
You're not a dog anymore, though. It is hour 2.
Should we keep going? This led this way. She's like kind of stepping into the water.
Well, I don't think this rain is letting up, but I think we should.
How strong is the current in there, Emmy?
Feels fine to me, but I like swimming, so I don't know. Are you all okay to swim across?
Yeah, I'm totally fine. Yeah.
Sure.
Alrighty then. Cooter just runs and like jumps in. It's like wee, splash.
Okay. So you jump in, woo, and there is a current just from the rain. It's not like gonna like whisk you away or anything like that. It's just sort of picking up speed from all of the rain and things. And you can see that kind of where you jumped in, there's some rock outcroppings. There's sort of an outcropping that kind of goes up a little, probably like 10 or 15 high at its peak, that kind of overhangs over part of the river. You can see like upstream a little ways. There's like sort of like, it's not like an island, but like a little strip of land that's kind of in the middle of the river. A lot of like palms and rocks and flat land here. And you can see it leads further downstream, leading back kind of the direction that you came. So what's everybody else doing?
I'm going to guide Taj in the water with me since he does not have a swim speed.
Okay.
And I can put my cloak of the manta ray on and swim as well.
Yeah. So is everyone getting into the water?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I like the way he asked that.
I'm just waiting for like
What's in there?
This is a trap.
Is Bucket with you, Emmy?
Yeah. He's like
just
on my shoulder.
on your shoulder. Okay, I'll just.
Yeah.
So you all kind of
Fine.
hop into.
Definitely a trap.
You all sort of hop in and begin sort of wading in, making your way across. And this sort of little tributary is a lot deeper than you think that it might be. It's not like I'm just going to touch the bottom and like wade through this. Like with it being up to like 25 feet across, it's pretty deep. You can't touch the bottom. It's getting very murky. Like it might be clear in normal times, but the rain is just sort of like kicking up all the sediment and all the muck and stuff in this river. And it's just kind of like not a pleasant like swimming experience. Like if you opened your eyes into the water, you couldn't see shit kind of thing other than like what's in front of your hand. And as you're sort of going across, doing the swimmies, it's hard, like it's kind of getting jostled around, and Azric, you like bump into like Cooter, you can feel someone bump into you. Like it's kind of a mess here.
watch yourselves. Don't want to lose our. I was going to say footing, but I don't have any anyway. She's like paddling on the top, trying to like.
Sorry.
So you're kind of having your conversation about this, Cooter, and you were the first to dive in, so you're kind of like out. And then you feel like Azric bump into you again, like after you just told him not to. And you turn to look where he bumped into you, and that's not where Azric is. And your sort of Cooter sense starts tingling.
I've got a bad feeling about this. And she starts like trying to feel around her for like what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. And with that, the same direction that you had felt, where you thought Azric was and was not, instead of a bump, you feel a grab around your entire torso. And
she just starts like flapping. He's got me. It's got me. Something's got me.
I need you to make either an athletics or an acrobatics roll.
It's going to be athletics because we don't
Okay.
got no acrobatics. That's a 4.
Okay. You had to beat a 20 in this case. And
My acrobatics.
I knew it was a trap.
just as Cooter says, it's got me, she's dragged under the water. And as she gets dragged,
Can I immediately cast water breathing? It's a
I think I
30-foot
can
range.
breathe underwater.
Never mind.
Because I'm aquan. Did we establish previously that I could for a period of time, or no?
I would say if
you
you
can-
had water breathing, but you can still hold your breath for a pretty long time. That's based on your con.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, holding breath until help.
you can hold your breath a number of minutes equal to 1 plus your con modifier. And you have a minimum of 30 seconds. So I think for Cooter, you can hold your breath for 3 minutes. And at this point, I think we should roll initiative.
That does Taj cast the water breathing though? Did that happen before initiative?
That
It's up
would
to
not be
Max.
able to happen first, because this is
Okay.
essentially a surprise. The only person that was high enough to know what was happening for passive perception was Cooter, because she has like a fucking 20 in passive perception.
And yet she still didn't see it before I grabbed her.
So what we'll do is I will grab everyone's initiative, including you, Cooter.
Okay,
And
18.
all right, so Cooter, you've got an 18. And I'll show the map here in just a second. What about you, Azric?
I rolled a nat 20.
Perfect.
22.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
I was hoping that would have been for my Eldritch Blast, but
Taj,
I have a 10.
10. Emmy.
2.
Hayden.
15.
Alrighty. With that, I'm not even gonna put any comment music on right now because y'all don't know what the hell's happening.
Oh no.
So, and Cooter, you can't see anything on the map at the moment. I don't think you can. They can't see where you are either.
I
because
can't
you're-
even see myself. I'm just gone.
Yeah, I've hidden you so they can't see you, but in this case, you can't really see anyway because you're under the murky water. So,
I
though.
can't see.
all right, Azric,
Hello.
this is what you got.
Are we heading southward or northward?
Neither. Eastward.
Oh, east. We're trying to get to this.
You were
destination.
crossing, yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't really know what's happening, so I'm just gonna help Taj get across with my move speed. It's better to get our casters out of the water.
Okay. So I think that the way that would work is you're essentially like dragging Taj, which would normally be like half your movement speed. But you have a swim speed, so it's not half. It's just half.
15 feet.
Yep.
So I will dash with Taj.
Okay. You go with that,
With the
Taj?
Yeah. I mathed it.
Perfect. And that's where y'all end up as he sort of takes off swimming very, very quickly and then get you safely ashore.
And I bonus action. I'm gonna summon a Tenny right in the middle where I thought Cooter was.
Hooter was here.
Okay, so I'll have a Tenny right here.
Will you ping that one more time? Right where you want it.
Right below the palm leaf.
Gotcha. Does your
And then
tentacle,
that-
does it? Oh, didn't mean to move Hayden. Does your tentacle have like, does it indicate a movement speed? Does it float? Does it slither? Does it?
It floats.
Cool.
Yep. The spectral tentacle.
Awesome.
And that's all I can do.
Hooter. You are in the jaws of something quite large. And if you had to guess, you're a smart lady. This creature is not just large, it is huge.
Oh no.
So, you can't really see. You're kind of going by feel here. If you would like, you could either attack. You could use your turn to try and break free of the grapple and try and get away. It's up to you what you want to do.
If only I was faster at reacting. So I'm like stuck. I like literally cannot move currently.
You're getting dragged under. You're
It's got
grappled by
me.
something. It's got you.
me. Okay.
It's got you and it's gobbler.
Oh, that's not gonna work. I was looking at flaming spear and I'm like, I'm literally in a huge body of water.
You also can't see what you're hitting.
Yeah.
You don't know if
Nope.
it can see you or not.
It might not be able to see me, but it's got me. It's got me. Absorb elements isn't gonna do anything right now. Can't get. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna have to break free. Question mark. Unless I just have a little swing. Can I like? Would I be able to like booming blade with my Yakulwa and just like thrash around with it?
So yeah, you could try and attack. Regardless of the result, you'll still be grabbed by it.
Yeah.
And it's sort of dragging you down and away from where you were currently.
Okay, I'm gonna try to break free, although I feel like it's gonna fail miserably because such is my life.
Okay.
This
Let's
is your
see.
life.
Let's see.
Well, we've lost Kura. She will be missed.
Jesus. If you want to try and break free, athletics or acrobatics.
It's always gonna be athletics. Okay. I'm probably gonna have to beat a 20 again. I'm scared. That's a 5 again ish.
Okay. In this case, it rolled low, but it was only a 10. So you're still in the grasp currently, but it is possible to break out. So yeah, you're thrashing about. If there's anything, you've used your action. If you have a bonus action, if you want to do anything, you certainly can.
I feel like I do have some bonus actions, but I can't really use them. I have Expeditious Retreat and Kinetic Jaunt, but I can't use those while I'm grappled.
You can cast them, but they're not going to help you get out at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they only last, like this one's concentration up to 1 minute. How long is 1 minute? Like 10 rounds or something?
10 rounds, yeah.
So maybe I should cast Kinetic Jaunt ahead of time just in case.
Up to you.
I will do that.
All right. You cast Kinetic Jaunt, which I believe is a concentration. So I'm going to make note of that because that will matter. Potentially.
And next turn, you break your concentration and you're still effed forever. Goodbye. And you're dead.
No. I'll use this for concentration. There you go. All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
That's all I care. I'm just wanting to scream and not being able to.
All right. Hayden, in this general vicinity, you don't see anything on the surface, but you notice like ripples coming up, bubbles coming up from the water.
That.
Yeah, right. Like going like almost under the outcropping.
So from my perspective, Cooter's just vanished completely. But I see bubbles and stuff trailing that way. I'll just shout to everyone. I'm gonna go under and see if I can find her. And I have a swim speed with this cloak on.
Yeah, you
of
do.
60 feet, and I can breathe underwater.
Perfect.
Right? I can breathe? No, I don't think I... No, I just
You tell me.
Yes, I can. I can breathe underwater. Okay. So I'm gonna dive under and swim in that direction. Do I see the big thing swimming away?
You tell me like where you're going. Just move square by square, and I'll let you know because it's hard to see under here. You can basically see in front of your face.
I move this way. That's
good.
Like 10, 15 feet maybe.
Move a square at a time from here.
Okay. I'm using WASD, so
Gotcha.
that's where I want to go diagonally.
Okay. You are in that space. You haven't found anything. Just let me know which direction that you would like to go.
I'm gonna be just kind of heading
Up or right or diagonal.
You said this is like an overhang, this rock. It's not like in the water.
It's not in the water. It overhangs, creating like maybe like 5-ish feet between the surface of the water and like the rock.
Okay, I'll continue in that diagonal line under there.
Okay, so like upright essentially,
Like
northeast.
right here. Yeah.
Yeah. So you go to swim that direction, and you bump into something, and you realize that when you hit it, it's like a firm sort of like muscled, scaly, like appendage, like some sort of like, you don't know if it's like a tentacle or what, but you hit something, and it's sort of long, elongated, like cylindrical, and this is more than likely whatever has a hold of Cooter. And then with that, you would know that she's going to be right here because you can hear her thrashing and trying to get out as all this is happening at the same time.
But it's like, it's too murky for me to be able to make out specifically like shapes. Like, can I see her thrashing about?
You could easily reach out and like try and grab, but this is because of like the rain and the sediment and all this. You're looking at like, you got about
Just really,
this much.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like if you've ever been, I don't know if anybody like scuba dives or anything, but like if you're in like a lake, as soon as you touch like the sediment in the bottom, it's just like when you just like your visibility goes to shit. Is kind of what's going on here.
If yeah, I don't know what to do other than try to reach out and try to feel for her, I guess.
You can easily reach over and feel her. That's no issue. Since you know she's there now because you're next to her, you can't like directly see unless you like get up on her, but you would know it's her thrashing about.
Okay. I need to read something real quick. So, okay. I have these beads of force, and it says it talks about throwing them, or I can throw it up to 60 feet, and that it will explode on impact. Can you create that impact any other way, or does it have to be thrown? Like if I slam this thing into the side of the creature or something.
So, okay. So let me look up these magic items.
I don't know. I'm just trying to brainstorm here. Because if I could entrap this thing or knock it away and maybe get her free, I don't know. Because I'm not going to win in a strength contest against it to pull her away. Probably.
I'm looking up these items to figure out, remember what they do. Since you bumped into this kind of creature, you would get the sense, since you were, and you reach out for, Cooter knows she's there, and you know that there is a long, like, head with jaws wrapping around her. So I would say in this instance, the magic items that you're using, you've got a broad sense of this creature. You think, it's each creature within a 10-foot radius of where the bead landed. So it doesn't have a...
Here's my thought process on this. It's a big creature. I'm assuming much larger than 10 feet.
Yes. So it's bigger than the bubble part of it.
Okay. I was hoping if I hit it in the ribs, or what I imagine to be like the ribs, and just make it take the force damage, if that would... I know the sphere is too small to trap it. I just wonder if it would blast it.
And it would also blast you all. If you're jamming it into the side of the creature.
I would try to do it in a spot where I wasn't going to hurt Cooter. Like if I went down its body a little bit.
You could try, if you want. Up to you.
Because I don't know what else to do in this moment other than try to pull her out of the jaws somehow.
I mean, I could... I'm not too savvy on the rules of grabbing a creature that's already grappled and what that means. But
yeah, I feel like that would be bad.
Yeah, but what I will say is you're not affected by any of the ill problems of underwater combat because you have a swim speed. Yeah. So none of the underwater shit comes to play with you.
Okay, let me try this then. Instead of the force thing, because I don't know if that would work the way I want it to. Could I just take my saber then and try to jam it into this creature near where its mouth is? I want to hit it in its jaw area. I can without stabbing Cooter.
Yeah, you can stab it and it'll do damage, but it won't necessarily affect her being grabbed at the moment. But you can see, and try and get some damage into this thing if you want.
I'll try that then.
Alrighty.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
We're in a weird scenario right now, so that's totally okay. Because y'all can't see shit.
Alright. Let's see if I hit it here. That's a nat 20.
Oh shit!
Nice!
Let's go,
baby.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Save me! Second one of the night?
That's also sneak attack because you're in range of Cooter.
Oh shit!
And she's
even if I wasn't, I'm a swashbuckler, so
that's true. That's true.
Okay, 1d8 plus 4, so I take just a baseline 12 damage. Or no, did I math right?
So
8 plus 4?
So let's math this out again.
So it's automatic 12 damage then.
So you're using your saber. automatic 12, and then your
Just
sneak
8.
attack, an automatic what for your sneak attack?
That's what am I up to now? Sneak attack 3d6, so 6d6, or no?
So we're doing the brutal criticals, so you get
Oh.
max
18.
and 12, which is 30.
Okay.
Now roll a d8 and 3d6.
Okay. Gotcha.
The water just suddenly all blood.
We'll find out.
Okay. Let me math real quick. That's 7 plus 6 is 13. Right? Plus 2 is 15 damage on that. So
7 plus 6 plus 2. So you're supposed to roll a d8 and 3 more d6.
that's what I did.
You did total? Okay, so total of 45.
Yeah, so on the d6s I got a 3, a 4, and a 6, and then a 2 on the d8.
Perfect. Gotcha. 45 total damage. Does not beat the record, which I have noted.
Holy cow.
The record is still 54. I'm keeping a record because I want to see what the total damage is throughout the
It is
campaign.
54.
Hayden with a pistol.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah.
since it was a natural 20, here's what's going to happen. Because that's a pretty amazing crit. In the middle of this, you feel around. The piece of purchase that you find is the one that's attached to Cooter, wrapped around, and you take your saber, not hindered by the water at all, thanks to your swim speed, and you go down and you slice. And when you slice, you feel, Cooter, the grip of these jaws around you end, and immediately releases you. You're no longer grappled by this creature.
Nice.
Hayden, you feel like you
Warm
cut
blood
this,
as it dies.
you cut this creature's head off. You have cut its head off.
Oh shit.
Well done.
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, I'm just going to if I can get near Cooter, try to help her up to the surface. I can see through the blood in the mud.
So so you can't grab her because you used your action
For
to.
flavor. Like,
Yeah.
if the thing's dead, then there's nothing else I need to do. But
You're gonna swim to shore. What's the? You feel this thing thrashing in the water.
How far did I go? I went like 30 to get there, roughly 25, 30, or 20. Was 25 to get to that spot? I think.
Sure.
So I still have 35 feet of movement. I should be able to make it to shore with that.
Okay, you can go to shore if you'd like.
All right, I'll do that. I'll go here with the rest of the gang.
Taj, you see Hayden come up out of the water, looking triumphant, saber in hand. You say anything to her, Hayden?
Who?
You're next to Taj.
I'm just sort of I come up out of the water and I'm just like, giant beast. Had Cooter. I killed it, I believe. Felt like I did. So all clear, I think.
Kuda just like starts paddling up to the surface and just, oh, thank you. Oh, I was so terrified. Wow, this is one of the scariest moments of my life. Oh,
I don't know exactly what happened, but I hit the thing and it.
It's not your turn yet, Cooter. It's Taj's turn now.
oh, we're still in combat. No.
So, seeing that, like Cooter is safe and like she doesn't have to worry about the water breathing situation,
she's not
and,
out of the
like-
water yet. We're still doing
Yeah,
the round.
apparently
We're
I'm
finishing it
still-
up. So
But she's
Yeah.
not drowning, which is all I cared about. So
okay, perfect.
And she's still
Um,
underwater. We don't see her, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't realize.
This is all happening like all at
Still
once.
in
'cause,
combat,
like, yeah,
is what
combat.
he's
Like,
saying.
I'm finishing
I'm
this
gonna-
up. So.
I'm gonna hold Melf's acid arrow
Okay.
for like an enemy if I see it come out of the water. It's gonna. I'm holding my thing
Gotcha.
for like me seeing a baddie that's alive.
Okay. And that's so Melf's acid arrow is
90
forgot
feet.
what level spell slot is it?
2.
Got you. So you use your second level spell slot. So that burns it, and then if something happens, then you'll fire it, basically,
Yeah.
afterwards. Cool. Alrighty. Up next. As Hayden kind of comes out of the water triumphantly, you see that there was thrashing in the water, and soon after this has happened, you see a huge creature emerge from the water.
Oh, that's big.
well. Okay.
And Hayden, you see one of the long necks is missing one of the heads as it's flailing around above
Sad.
the water. And you see 4 more heads all turned in your direction, looking ravenous.
So, not clear.
Taj, your Melf's acid arrow immediately
Amazing.
goes off because this would qualify as oh shit bad guy,
Yeah.
as you have stumbled upon a hydra in
Oh.
its natural habitat.
All right. I make a ranged spell attack.
Go for it.
Hold on, I need a calculator. Because I'm bad at simple math.
Is a Hydra a type of basilisk?
23.
No.
Oh,
What was it?
Dang it.
23.
23 hits.
Right. So this one is a little different than usual. It's gonna take the damage, and then at the end of its next turn, it's gonna take more damage.
Okay, perfect.
So hold on, let me get the proper die. I'm just gonna dump them.
No worries.
All right, 12
damage.
acid damage.
Gotcha.
And then on its next, at the end of its next turn, it's gonna take 4 more.
Gotcha. So at the end of its turn, it will. So it's its turn now. So we'll do that at the end. Alrighty. So what does it look like? I don't know if you've cast the spell yet in this campaign that I can remember.
I don't know. I don't know if I have. It looks like a shimmery green arrow. Let's pretend like I have like almost like a sparkly glass bow that just like appears out of nowhere, you know? And it's like shimmering, and then I like draw back, and like a green arrow just like spins, swirls, and glitters, and like hits it with like a puff of acid.
Amazing.
nice.
And then it disappears.
There you are, Cooter. In the water. So it takes that damage, and just the 4 remaining heads are just locked in, and it is
Well,
go ahead.
no. I was Cooter's still in danger.
So it's going to move here, and this thing is very quick in the water. Like it's very quite at home in the water. It swims quickly over and it sort of gets over to you all, and it is going to do as many bite attacks as it has heads.
Oh shit.
So, Poodle, first bite to you.
Or no.
It's only going to be a 10 to hit, so I believe that's going to miss you. Azric.
Hello.
Oh, Jesus. Another 2 on the die, so 10 to you.
Whew.
Hayden. 18 to hit for you.
Yeah.
You're going to take 7 piercing damage.
7.
Taj.
The IDM'd you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it will miss you, Taj. As it sort of, this head comes down and like right on top of you, and then something causes it to move to the side and just sort of chomp the air. And you all notice that this thing does have reach with these long, crocodilian sort of mouth on the elongated necks. And at the end of its turn, a couple things happen. So do your end of turn damage, Taj, for the acid arrow.
Yeah,
So
that
go
was.
ahead and roll that.
I think I remember 4 more.
4 more. Okay, it's going to take 4. Thank you, because I want to remember that.
Yeah, I rolled. I think it was 2d4s. If I remember right.
That sounds good to me. It'll take 4 more. And then at the end of the turn, this is all happening. You see the sort of stub waving around where you cut the head off Hayden, and then 2 more grow out of that stump. So it is now has 6 heads, and appears to have shaken off some of that damage with its regeneration. All right, Emmy.
Okay. All of this happened before Emmy's even been able to process.
Uh-huh.
I would like to summon 4 challenge 1/2 creatures. I'm aiming for crocodile. So Emmy's just gonna put her hands into the water, and you'll just see like the water moving like this.
You're doing conjure animals.
Yes. But I'm gonna make things easy on you, don't worry.
Gotcha.
So it says you can pick, I believe, but I'm hoping you just do crocodiles, because what I would like for them to do is they're essentially all just going to use like the help action to make this not annoying as fuck.
Let's see.
Basically, I'm going to command them to keep the heads distracted so that we're not dealing with as much.
So what I'll say is, let's see. Roll me a d6. There are 3 creatures in that list that are water creatures, which is I think what you're going for.
Yeah.
So on a 1 and a 2, it's a giant seahorse. On a 2, on a 3 and a 4, it's a reef shark. On a 5 and a 6, they're crocodiles.
I forgot what you just said, but I rolled a 3.
Reef sharks.
All right, that's fine. I think
Okay.
we can do a similar thing. So let me just pull up the stats for them.
Yeah. Let me find some
Right here.
some sharks.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to go
There
over
we
things that are already
go.
on my list because I know you already know those ones. So I thought you already had.
Bold of you to assume.
I thought you already had art. I was
that I
trying my
remembered.
best to make it easy because I know DMs hate this spell.
So reef sharks are large, and there's how many of them? 4.
It says reef sharks are medium.
Are they? Okay.
Yes.
I think this was a previous shark that I used. I'm trying to find what sharks I have. Yeah, it's medium. So, pay pay no mind. Let me fix this little guy up real quick. Because I think I had it set to large. For some previous combat in this world of the last. And you have, where were you casting or where were you putting them? Just does it matter?
Just between me and the Hydra. Yeah.
Awesome.
As close to it as possible. Their goal is just to, again, they're going to use the help action.
Childhood memory triggered.
Uh-huh. They're not quite street sharks, but damn it, they got heart. So you're going to roll initiative on them as a group, I do believe.
Yeah.
So I'll just add
or
one
they can
of
just
them.
go after me if that's easier. It's up to you.
No, they roll their own initiative. So
They rolled their own. Oh, okay.
let me make
Is
sure.
there a shark race in D&D?
Not I can think of off the top of my head.
Sausagen? Are they
Homebrew
sharks?
race. There you go.
Yes, Sahuagin are pretty close.
Sausagens.
They're not sausages.
They're sausagen. That's how you
Make
say
a
it.
Sahagin that wears
Very short.
rollerblades. There you go.
Sausages.
They're sausages.
All right, just roll me.
You can't tell me otherwise.
Yeah, roll a d20. Fun.
Okay. 8.
Gotcha. That's gonna put their initiative as 9, I believe.
Dex is 1, yeah.
Thank you. They are 9. All right. Is it the end of your turn?
You do a cantrip if it's a bonus action, right?
Yeah, that's not a bonus action to conjure them.
No. If my cantrip's a bonus action, I can do it, right? No, the spell has to be a bonus action. Then no, that's my turn. That's all I'm gonna do.
Well, I don't think. Do you have a cantrip that's a bonus action?
No, I'm saying I'm done.
Okay. Like I don't know if there are any bonus action cantrips.
I thought I could do. I was gonna do Shillelagh, but I don't know what that is.
Shillelagh will let you use a melee weapon using your wisdom.
No. I mean, I know that. I don't know what. I don't even think I have it on my sheet for some reason, which I'm confused by. So don't worry about it. I'm done.
You would have to take it specifically if you wanted it, I believe. Azric.
Well, I had it. Didn't
All right. I'm going to move 10 feet back. Yep. So you can smack me many times, I think.
Okay. So you move. You're still in its range currently.
Does that mean I still shoot with disadvantage if I use Eldritch Blast? Technically not in melee, but it has reach.
Let's see. All kinds of questions. Let me look at the source here.
Is it your melee range that is like?
And I don't remember if it's within their reach or adjacent to them. So let me take a look. Let's see. I don't remember. Where's my cheat sheet? I'm all out of swords. I had a long week. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Basically seeing if you have disadvantage or not, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no at this point, and then I'm gonna look it up while we're doing it, so that might change. But at this point, I'm gonna say you just have normal because you're not adjacent to it.
I'm going to fire 2 Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
At its body. All right. First roll is a 16.
A 16 hits.
I'm gonna Hex as a bonus action. Targeting strength.
Okay.
Then the second roll is higher than a 16.
All right.
Roll both damage of 10 blasts. That is 24 damage.
24 damage.
Nice.
Alrighty. So you just launch 2 Eldritch Blast right at it. 24 damage.
Don't forget the help action that's being done for
It's not their turn
all
yet.
the other players. Oh, that's right. They couldn't do it on that turn. Okay. Sorry.
Alright, anything else,
Oh, they're
Ezra?
after me for some reason.
And that is my turn.
Alrighty. Cooter!
Oh, I'm panicking a lot. Lots of panic. Panic. I have not used this before, but I wonder. I was going to use Flaming Sphere, but I'm also in the middle of the water, so it's not an opportune time to do that.
It's magical, so it's not really going to matter, I don't think.
It can float, can't it? Any
Flaming
creature
sphere?
that ends its turn within 5 feet of the sphere must make a dexterity saving throw. So if I can probably do it. Because I think I need to do it in a spare unoccupied space.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? So I would have to do it Am I clicking? My pings don't seem to be working.
I don't know. Where you were talking about over here, though, I'm guessing?
I would love to, where we can, damage the body over some heads. That would be ideal. Can I cast it over there?
Yeah, you got 60 feet range.
Ranger. Okay, sweet. Yeah, then like behind it would be good. As a bonus action, you can move the sphere up to 30 feet. If you ram the sphere into a creature, that creature must make a saving throw against the sphere's damage. And the sphere stops moving this turn. Yeah. That sounds like a thing I will try in a desperate attempt to not die.
Gotcha. So you cast your Flaming Sphere
Yeah.
somewhere over here, and then you're going to use your bonus action to ram this thing.
Ram it in its butt.
All right. Okay. Perfect.
Dude is pissed.
So that creature must make the saving throw against the sphere's damage.
It says Dex attack save 15, but I feel like the damage is a different thing.
Yeah, well, I've got to save versus that first before we can figure out what the damage is.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It got an 18 on its Dex save. So let's see if it takes half or not. Yeah, so it takes a D6 on a successful one of fire damage. So roll me a D6.
So it got half, just one. Oh no!
Because it
That's
succeeded.
Awful. One.
Alrighty.
Kurta's panicking, y'all. She tried, okay? She's just thinking out of the box here, all right?
Canon, I love it.
So you slam this flaming sphere, and it like comes over and it doesn't seem to like it. It's very unhappy having a hot butt at the moment.
It just goes ding.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I'm not sure if there's anything else I can do because the bonus action was to ram the sphere. So I'm just maintaining my state of panic.
Perfect. Hayden.
Right. Before I reposition, I will just quickly say, in this instance, it would not be cowardice to flee from here. And I know I'm in range probably, but I do want to bonus action disengage.
Okay.
And I would like to go out of its range, about right down yonder to the bottom of the map.
Yep. So you've used your bonus action to disengage.
Yes.
So you're not going to take an attack of opportunity. Quick note for you, Cooter. You're still concentrating, but now you're concentrating on the sphere. Your kinetic jaunt is not there anymore. Okay. Go ahead, Hayden.
And from there, I would like to fire my pistol
Go for it.
So I will unholster my pistol and aim it center mass on this thing.
Okay.
No heads. Okay. That's another natural 20. That is another natural 20.
Very
Let's
nice.
go.
I will take a picture because I've never rolled 2 in a row before.
Do your own damn math this time. No.
How do I get some of that juju?
I have no idea. Tonight
Find
is
out where he
crazy.
buys his dice.
Okay, so for the pistol, it's 1d10 plus 4, so that's 14.
Mm-hmm.
Then what we say was the automatic sneak attack was
3d6, so 14 plus
So-
18, so 32. And then roll another d10 in 3d6.
All right, let me make sure I got the d10. Let's go for the record.
All right.
Here we go. Probably not this time. That's gonna be 12 damage on top of that. I rolled low on a couple of them.
Gotcha. Okay.
So 12 plus
44 is it, I think, your damage?
yeah.
Does that sound right?
I believe so.
Cool. 44 damage.
Straight to its sternum.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do?
I think that's it. Other than, yeah, I mean, I guess maybe I, with my remainder of my movement, which should maybe be like 5 or 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna slide further behind these trees if possible.
Okay.
Move right there.
Cool. Taj.
I'm on. I don't know what's going on.
I am going to use Dissonant Whispers
Uh-huh.
to make it run or like move away from us. And I DM'd you.
Okay.
It has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Gotcha. All right. It is going to fail that saving throw.
Let's go. Okay, hold on. I got a math. So it's going to take 15 psychic damage.
Uh-huh.
And since it failed, must immediately use its reaction if available to move as far as its speed allows away from us. And
Gotcha.
since it's using its speed, the Sharkies get attack of opportunity, I think.
The Sharks and Cooter, if they like.
Ooh.
Yeah, they do like.
Yes, do like.
Okay, let me pull my shark up.
So it's there because it has to
Do
go
they
through the shark.
Each roll once. Do you want me to roll for them?
Yep. They're your sharks.
Well, I
Cooter,
don't know,
let me
you-
know. Let me know what you're doing, Cooter, as well. If you'd like to whack it.
Yes, I would. I don't think I ended up using Booming Blade, did I?
So you, yeah, unless you have Warcaster, you can't Booming Blade. All you can do is just hit it with melee.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if I had done it before, but I don't think I did. I think I wanted to.
Yeah. What's your
These are
question?
just attack rolls, the attack of opportunity, right? So they all
Normal
have
attack.
advantage because of pack tactics.
Yeah.
Okay, so 4 attacks with
We just
advantage.
do so we just do the damage roll?
So roll your attack for Cooter.
19.
19 hits, and then roll your damage. I'm assuming you're hitting it with your equal.
Yeah.
So it's a
Anything worth hitting
D8
anything
plus
with.
1.
It's plus 2 actually, because it's infused.
Okay.
8.
Alrighty.
Oh wait, it does
Okay.
have Booming Blade activated for some reason.
That's on your turn. In order to use it as a cantrip and a reaction, you require a special feat for that.
Oh, maybe it's confusing me because of maybe it is plus 1. Oh no, it's not. It is plus 2. It is plus 2. Yeah, so 6. Yeah, that's an additional thing. My character sheet's just been wacky.
Mhm.
I think it's just showing like optional stuff.
Oh,
Which,
the
yeah.
equal as a returning weapon, right? You made it
Yeah.
returning.
Grants
Gotcha.
+1 bonus attack damage rolls made with it. Oh, that would be why. It's the
No, you're good.
returning weapon also adds a +1, so that's why it's +2.
How many
Okay,
hits
cool.
do you have for your sharks?
Sorry. You
Yeah.
were talking to me. I thought you were talking to Cooter for some reason.
Cooter doesn't have any sharks. What
What
are
were you
your
asking
rolls?
me? Sorry.
Tell me your rolls for
Right,
your sharks.
13 for the first shark.
Miss.
Okay. And then I've got 19 for the second shark.
Hit.
That's gonna do 9 damage.
Gotcha. 9 damage. Chomp, chomp, chomp.
Third shark is gonna be 19 to hit
That hits.
for 3 damage.
3 damage. Chomp, chomp, chomp.
Fourth shark is gonna be 12 to hit.
Miss.
Okay, bad rolls. Burn this dice.
Alrighty. Anything else, Taj? You've moved, you've casted. I think that's it.
I don't think I can do anything else.
Gotcha. Hydra's turn. It has 6 heads and it is pissed. It is going to swim under here.
So it's under the rock?
Yeah.
That's the outcropping. There's like 5 feet.
Oh, I understand now.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
it is
hiding
going.
from us.
It's gonna strike out. 2 heads against this shark. That is 20 and a 23 to hit. I think
Yeah.
that it hits that shark.
Shark's probably dead.
24 damage.
Yeah, the shark's gone. Bye,
Okay.
shark.
Eats that shark.
Didn't even get a turn. At least it got an attack of opportunity.
That was 2 of its heads. It's gonna use 4 heads to go after Cooter. So we'll do them one at a time.
No, Cooter.
18 to hit Cooter first, which I
Which
think you have a
hits.
17.
17, yeah.
Shoot.
Take 12 boosting damage. Make a concentration check to see if your flaming sphere is still there. So roll a d20 and add your con.
And that was just for one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
14.
So
Seems
you're
rough.
still concentrating. Second bite is a
I'm
natural
going
20.
to
Oh,
use silvery barbs as a reaction to distract it, so it has to take a lower roll.
Gotcha. On this one specifically that I just
Nice.
rolled.
It's really nice.
Mm-hmm. Very
scared
good
for
because
sure.
you definitely don't want a natural 20.
Yeah. So
in
it must
here.
use the lower roll.
Kuda gets murdered.
Alrighty, let's see.
Silvana is happy.
That's still a 16 plus 8, so still gonna hit you. It's not gonna crit you.
And then I also get to choose a creature that has advantage on their next attack roll, and I choose Cooter since they are the closest.
Okay. Cooter, you're gonna take 7 piercing.
What's
It's
the
also
one before that? Was there more damage before that?
Uh-huh.
What was the other one before that?
Oh boy.
There was 7, there was 12. 12? 7? And then I feel like there was one in the middle, but I wasn't sure
Not
if that
yet.
one was the final. Okay.
No,
Okay.
you've only had 2 heads so far.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Not cool,
yeah.
but also
Yeah.
understood.
3rd head. Roll a concentration check before we do the 3rd one.
I want to clarify. You have advantage on the chosen creature has advantage on the next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
Oh.
So you have advantage on this concentration?
Let me see if a concentration check is a saving throw.
Yes, I think it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so.
Yep, so you have advantage on this one.
Work.
Yeah.
So roll this one with
Okay.
advantage.
It didn't help at all. That's
Uh-oh.
an 8.
Oh, I do want to say if it is a saving throw, because I didn't know this halfway until the last campaign, there's a little box that says saving throws and you get to add those pluses, because I didn't fucking know that shit until like a year later. So,
So what was your
wanna let you
highest
know.
roll for Cooter?
Oh, so then it's 11.
11 is what you
plus
need.
5 is the saving. Ah,
So you save.
See, I
Oh,
see.
boy.
See?
that
Oh,
makes
boy.
a difference.
Dude,
Oh
it's like
my
a little
god.
Last one.
That's amazing.
Let's see. 17.
Exactly.
Okay. Last one is
17.
going to do 8 piercing damage, and then roll your final concentration.
With one, that's one.
Just
die
one.
this time.
Mm-hmm.
That's 18.
You've still got your flaming sphere.
I still have my spear of sadness.
And
Pretty.
now after the attacks, the Hydra is going to use its remaining movement to go under the sea.
Under the sea.
Whoops.
Under the sea.
I need to configure my stuff. That's okay. Alrighty. It is under the water. Sharks.
The sharks are going to swim up and surround it,
Okay.
and I think if one of them gives. Oh no, I have a better idea. Can one of them just grab Cooter and swim her away from it?
Yeah. If Cooter is okay with being grabbed by a shark.
It's a cute shark.
It's
gonna mama cat you
just
over to the
Cooter
shore.
to know that they're your sharks. I feel like Cooter would just be like, oh, sharks, oh, giant head, Hydra,
mean, They've
panic.
been attacking the Hydra, if that helps. And you know, Emmy is,
True.
and
Believe-
they're ocean animals, not river animals. They're not
You
river
also
sharks.
saw her cast a spell too, right?
I'll allow it.
Oh, okay. One of them's gonna ferry her to the other side, and the other two are gonna
Which
close
one?
in on. This one that's next to her is gonna ferry her to the other side, and then the other two. Why can't I?
I didn't give him control to you at this
Okay,
point.
just
so.
move like one over there and one over there, so that if it has to move past them, it's gonna make it harder for it, right?
Okay, so they're just kind of staying watch up under the rock.
Yeah, their job is just to keep it there, and then yeah. And the other one actually should have enough movement after it drops off Cooter to go back a little bit too.
All right.
That's it for them.
Perfect. Emmy, your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of the water. I'm gonna go to here. And then I'm gonna look at everyone and go, well, that was fun, but we're done now, right? And then I'm gonna keep moving. And Bucket's with me. Bye.
Alrighty. You're gonna take off.
Yeah, I'm technically 10 more feet, but
Okay.
invisible walls.
Yeah. I'll just put you 10 more feet this
I
direction.
do
so
not have
everybody-
any more spells to deal with that thing. I don't want to deal with it. It doesn't seem interested in us right now, so I'm taking the chance to get the
That's
fuck
right.
out.
Your turn.
Oh, jeez. I think this is a great time or opportunity that we all run.
Run!
And yep, gonna get
Got some
on out
running
here.
music.
All right. You're gone.
If it pops up, I'm gonna shoot it because I have a range.
Are
of
you
120.
dashing or are you just moving your maximum distance?
I'm moving my maximum distance. It said 15, but I can move off 15.
Yeah, so you and Emmy at this point are off screen. So once everyone's off screen, I'm going to say that you're running away, like you're escaping. So Cooter.
Expeditious retreat! And she just fucking
Cooter books it.
like Speedy
Yep.
Gonzalez.
All right, expeditious retreat. Your sphere goes away.
Yeah, she's
and
like, fuck the sphere! Run! Running.
you are gone. Is that all you want to do?
Yep.
I'm assuming. Perfect. Hayden.
Yeah, was already kind of that direction, so I'm just gonna
Aiden was
follow
already
suit and
gone.
run.
Yep.
Come on,
You
Taj.
scoot. Taj.
I'll dash and go over there as well.
All right. So I'll say at this point, everyone has indicated that you're going to run. And you, as you're speeding through the jungle, getting as far away from here as you can, you hear water splashing, thrashing, roars, like the sharks are fighting the Hydra's fighting the sharks, and you don't know what happened because you did not want to stay around to find out because fuck that Hydra.
I mean, I'll know if they die, but I also, that's fine.
Yeah.
Will you tell
know.
us how
Will
much
I
hit
know?
points it had left?
I'll tell you that it was very hurt, and that's why it retreated. And got under the water because it thought it had an easy snack, but it did not.
Gotcha. Okay. I just wanted to know for my own
Honestly,
personal.
even if we could have killed it, I wasn't going down there.
Yeah, no.
So at this point, you are now in the stormy area, running for your life, and I will say, I'm not going to roll this combat out, but I'm not going to play D&D with myself, but I'm going to do just a roll to see what happens to this.
I mean, their whole goal is just to slow it down. As long as it can't chase us, I literally don't care.
Yeah. So after you all are like sprinting, after some time, you do find that the effect of your spell does wear off. So you think that either the time limit was hit, since I think there's only a certain time limit for your conjure animals about the same time, but they're no longer there. But as far as you all can hear, there's nothing stomping through the woods chasing after you.
Good. That was something.
It's an hour, so you would know they're dead. Hasn't been an hour.
Oh, where are we now?
Well,
I got so turned around.
I have a potion of healing, Kuda. If you
Oh, I could heal you. Do you need healing?
I'm quite beat up. I think
Sure. Let me use healing.
maybe
Word on you.
can I do it on myself?
Yeah. Or I could do it.
We could all do it. I could take all of it.
you can also short rest and roll dice.
Short rest's a great idea, actually.
Hooter, you also have a magic elixir that you have every single day that's random what it does too.
I do. I'm gonna when we sit
do
down to rest. I'm gonna do that. I'm
Okay.
gonna chug it.
All right.
Where is my thing for that.
Let's do that. Let's take a short rest.
Can someone else drink her once a day thing, but it's just random when it does? Or can only she do it?
Anyone can drink it.
Oh, interesting.
'Cause you've used it before.
But I have to roll to tell you what happens.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to find where it is.
So you're attempting to take a short rest, right? That's the goal. Is you're running enough far away out of the Hydra's sphere of influence and trying to catch a breather somewhere, hopefully out of the elements.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, gotcha. So you find a.
Oh, it was healing.
So somebody roll a survival roll for me.
I can do that.
11. Oh, sorry. Survival 11 plus 3.
14. You can find an area that similar to what you found where the Hydra was, another sort of outcropping of like rocks and things and like heavy vegetation above you, to where you're not like sitting in the rain the whole time while you're trying to short rest. So just seeing like what kind of conditions you're going to be in. So you find a nice spot that's, I wouldn't say dry, but it's not soaking wet and being rained on. All right, and then you all can take a short rest.
Oh, Blaze.
Okay.
Oh.
1d8 plus 2.
Make sure to indicate on your little short rest how many dice you're using, in case y'all are out in the woods for an extended period of time.
And let me know if you still need healing, because we'll heal you.
I'm about 75%.
Oh, let me just give you a little something. It's fine. That would be 7 for you.
Oh, so much better. Thank you.
And I'm
Short rest doesn't do anything for our spell slots, does it?
No, unless you
Not
are
in
a
this
wizard. I
game.
think you have a. Does wizard get a?
yeah,
it's like a
I was just
feat
about
or
to
something.
say something.
Go for it.
So I'm gonna sit like with my hands or my like knees crossed and like I'm meditating almost, and then I'm gonna use arcane recovery and
Nice.
get back 3 spell slots.
Yeah. You can recover up to a combined level of 3. So however you want to slice it. 1/3, second and a first, 3 first. Whichever you choose. Anyone else? Anything?
Oh, I think I'm good.
Nope. I'll get my wild shape back. And you're okay.
Oh, I'm fine now. Thank you.
That was really a really cool spell that you cast, Maj, to make it run away.
This is something that I can do.
That was amazing.
And I like flip my hair even though it's sopping wet. Like I know.
I can picture it like all the water droplets are just like whoosh.
But like,
And, like,
slow mo,
glittery.
like it's like a Matrix style, you know, where it's like all the water's like slow mo moving.
I'm picturing like a L'Oreal or like a Vidal Sassoon like
Yeah.
commercial where it's like
Literally.
Yeah.
Like she makes even like sopping wet hair look sexy, you know, somehow. She's just like
All
whatever.
Fabio.
perfect. All right, you all can complete a short rest. Up to you if you would like to converse about what happened or your future plans or whatever you'd like.
I'm never jumping into water again. Somebody remind me
don't
next
say that.
time I have to
Water's
stop doing
lovely.
that. Oh,
We should just maybe check the water first a little better.
that's like the 3rd time now. When are we going to learn?
I don't
Well,
think
I mean,
I mean, at
that
least
was
I
its
didn't lose.
home.
I didn't lose my soap this time.
You kept your clothes on. I'm sure that was handy.
Oh, it's raining. It's not. I mean, you're practically walking in a shower.
That's true.
But if dangerous things like that are in the jungle, we have to find my foster mother as soon as possible.
Oh, yes.
Should I try to pick up the scent again?
If you don't mind, Emmy.
I can try. Yeah, whenever our short rest is done, I'll turn back into dog.
Sure. Yeah, if you want to go right back into it, you can.
Mm-hmm. I have nothing further.
Make a survival roll.
Me? Or
Yeah,
perception?
with advantage. Or perception, whichever what you were doing earlier. I had you roll
is
perception.
okay? Yeah, for smelling.
I had you to do perception to get the scent, and then I gave you advantage on survival to follow the scent outside of the gates.
Gotcha. Okay. Sorry, I couldn't remember. Do I still have advantage as a dog? 16.
Okay. So, how do you indicate to your friends as a puppy that you have the scent again?
My tail starts wagging and I take off in a direction.
All right. Just as you all are like packing up for your little short rest and getting your stuff together, you see the mastiff that is Emmy. It just take off and bounding through the jungle as you follow deeper.
I'll lick Hayden's hand again, like real slobbery.
You know,
Like time I was a blink dog on the Wizard Island.
I believe this might be a consent sort of thing.
The dog just smiles and bounds off towards the scent.
I think Emmy has a scent, so we should just keep following.
Right. We'll follow.
All right. As you continue deeper into the woods looking for Azric's foster mother, I will go ahead and say that'll be the end of the session this
I
evening.
need to know if we found her.
Well, you found a Hydra instead.
Is your mom a Hydra?
So yeah.
Because we
If,
could
if the dog goes right back around to the Hydra, then we'll know.
Yeah, it's a D&D twist on is your mama a llama? Is your mama a Hydra? With that being said, thanks everybody for watching and hanging out with us. I hope you enjoyed the session. I hope you enjoyed the listening experience afterwards or watched the VOD. With that being said, please go check out our YouTube channel. We live stream there. You can support us whichever. Twitch, YouTube, we've got Patreon, wherever you want to find us on podcasts, whatever. Tell your friends about it. That would really help us out. Just thank you all for being here and listening and watching. So I think I'm going to, unless you all oppose, I'm just going to give DM fiat here because I think that with the brilliant tactics of Taj that she deserves the inspiration 100%.
Seconded.
For that.
Some really good moves.
I will say that this is one of those moments that I get by the actions and things that you've chose immediately turned the tide of that combat immediately because that could have been very bad. So with that, thank you so much, everyone. And we will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thanks for watching.
Bye.